Hemorrhoids and the side effects from exercise. This is probably going to be one of the most upsetting articles you've ever read if you have hemorrhoids. Yes, we all know that exercise is good for you. However, if you suffer from this condition, there is something you need to know before you hit the gym or even the streets to do some power walking. The news isn't good, but there are ways around this problem. Okay, so what's the problem with hemorrhoids and exercise? Well, to understand the problem you first have to understand why you have hemorrhoids in the first place. Essentially what happens is this. When you have a bowel movement, there is a flow of blood that is sent to the anal canal. Now, under normal circumstances, this is no big deal. In fact, you won't even notice it. However, the reason you have hemorrhoids is because when blood flows to the area, the anal canal itself cannot handle the blood flow because the tissue in that area is essentially damaged. So when the blood flows, it causes the tissue in that area to expand and possibly even bleed depending on how weak the tissue is. Okay, so what does this have to do with exercise? Well, when you exercise, you are also increasing the blood flow through the body because the heart is pumping harder and faster. Under normal circumstances, this is not a bad thing unless, of course, you have a heart condition, in which case you probably don't want to ever do. But for most people, exercise and this increased blood flow is a good thing. However, if you suffer from hemorrhoids, this blood flow also goes into the anal canal as well. Depending on how serious your condition is, you may find that just from exercising alone, you will notice some discomfort in the anal canal. However, the worst part is, if after exercising you need to move your bowels, when you do have a bowel movement, there is so much blood already sent to the anal canal that when you go, you will notice that your hemorrhoids bleed more than normal and, in the case of external hemorrhoids, become more prolapsed than normal and may very well cause a lot of pain. The solution to this problem is a very simple one and one that I learned from experience. Make sure you have a bowel movement before you exercise. This shouldn't be a problem if you are on a high fiber and water diet. Wait a while after eating before you hit the gym or the streets, but make sure you've moved your bowels before you exercise. This is very important. Also, after exercising, if you find you have to move your bowels, try to wait at least an hour before you do. I don't normally recommend this, but if you have hemorrhoids, you will save yourself a lot of pain if you can wait. I battled with hemorrhoids for over 10 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Exercise can be a killer for hemorrhoids, especially if you do a lot of walking as the blood flows straight down right into the anal canal. Discover how I cured my hemorrhoids 100% naturally in 2 days without ever being bothered again. Click below now, get free report.